Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Episode 1, Women Belong in the Kitchen. Now, yeah, that's just the title. That was just to get you in. This is actually the opposite. Men belong in the kitchen. And I've got 5 reasons why men belong in the kitchen. Now, let me paint a story. So there's a couple of people that I know, friends from different places, who can't cook. So we go in a setting, say it's like a potluck, and they don't bring anything to the table, or they resign themselves to cutlery. Actually, that's one thing that infuriates me, because every time we do some sort of potluck or anything, you find that the gents we're relegated to um, cutlery or fruits or juice. I mean, like there's nothing to it. It's more financial, less of actually, getting in the kitchen and doing anything. So these folks, they're unfamiliar with the kitchen. Now, context, this is Kenya, so you can always go and buy food at your local, call them kibandaski, close to wherever you live, or some guys even just have like an open tab in hotels, and that's how they live. But here's why you as a man belong in the kitchen. So first reason, let me refer here, but first reason is it's your life. It's your life. So how would you leave the job of nourishing oneself to others? I mean, like, make it make sense. So for example, I feel like food is one of the most important things in life. Like, yeah, I know I'm a little bit chubby, so yes, I'd say food is one of the most important things in life, right? But it's important for you to get that energy, to fuel your mornings, to fuel everything. So why would you leave that responsibility to someone else? What happens in the event that they do? And yeah, I'm even speaking to the married folk here, right? Say you're married, and it's heteronormative gender roles where the woman is the one in the kitchen. I get that's the context that I speak of. That's the context and status quo of the place that I live in, where it's the lady who, for the most part, is in the kitchen, and the gent, you're resigned to either provide in the financial sense, and which happens is rarely, uh, so ever so rarely these days, right? So why would you leave that role to another? What happens when they're not around? What happens when they're unwell? No, you'd have to outsource it. And I think a reason for me, again, for why men should cook and be in the kitchen is because it frees you. It means you can't be baited. It means you can't be goaded into anything. So, for example, I grew up with quite a bunch of sisters, and one of the main reasons why I learned to cook is so that I wouldn't have to rely on them. Now, if you have siblings, you probably know that it takes quite a bit of tango to get them to do things for you. And yes, I'm pretty sure they're gonna see this video and they may have some different takes in the comment section, but yeah, believe me, it's always a trade-off. So I believe it's important to learn how to cook, specifically the things that you like. So for example, mine is chapati. I love eating chapati. I'm amazing at cooking chapati, primarily because I can't delegate that role to someone else. Now, another reason why men, so who are into fitness, should learn how to cook is tracking your macros. How are you going to be able to track your macros if you don't do the cooking? Now, one thing, go on TikTok, go on YouTube, all of the fitness influencers, when they tell you start with this, start with that, it's because they're assuming who's doing the meal prep. It's you. So, how are you going to neglect the role of cooking? And if I'm being honest, for the most part, I'd say kept men, in the sense that the their food and everything is done for them. Yeah, I know that term is often used on the financial sense, but no, kept men, people who are cooked for, without, and to the sense that they can't even do it, aren't really that fit, because you lack the capacity. You lack the facilities to actually take care of yourself in a way that would make sense. Okay, this is gone up, but still, that's reason number two. Reason number three is that it's a form of therapy. When you start cooking, it's very annoying, especially when you're just doing it to make ends, to just eat, just for pretty much nourishment so that you don't die. It gets very painstaking, but you find that on long days, the process of cooking can actually therapize you. And living in a world where, for the most part, gents are not going to go to see a therapist, why not have your version of a place where it's calm, it's just you, and it's just collected thoughts. Of course, this dwindles into chaos for the most part when you're living with someone and you're just doing the dishes and they add one. Yeah, I have to admit, yeah, that doesn't help the therapy argument. But for the most part, yes, it therapizes you, and definitely something that we all need to be thinking about. Um, so that's reason number three. Reason number four for why um, men should cook, it's pretty much because it's a nice to have in a world where most men don't cook regularly or don't know how to cook basic meals. Saying that you can cook, and not just actually saying it, but being able to back it up. Something very annoying is when someone say, "Yeah, I can cook. Like I can cook rice." You can cook rice? I mean, like, come on. What are we doing here? Everybody can cook rice. It's just water and rice. Like, unless you want to try it, be fancy with it. Which, for the most part, that's not what they ever mean. Um, it's a cool thing. It's a nice to have. It's a plus. Always set yourself apart from others. Say, for those who are really into the dating scene and trying to, set yourself apart from other suitors, it's really important for you to have an edge over them, which means somebody. It's not that even for the ladies, they're looking for you to be able to cook for them, but it's the fact that they know that they can rely on you if things go wrong. See, again, for heteronormative couples, I'm not talking about the more modern folk. Um, Something else. So that was reason number four. Reason number five, because I said I'd give you five. Reason number five for why men specifically should be in the kitchen. Um, I'd say this is more of a negative that you can turn into a positive, which is you control the cooking. There's so many things that happen to us as men in life where life is literally happening to you. For the most part, a lot of people think that, um, you know, it's a patriarchy and everything works for you, but more often than not, I've found that, life is hard. Life is really, really hard. So, you being able to have a set where you're able to control things, you're able to control the heat, you're able to, control that. How are you going to cut your onions? Are you dicing them? Are you just making them, thin circles and stuff? So you're able to have that sense of control, and it's just that one aspect of your day to day that you can actually just hone in to the point where every time you know how it's going to turn out. So, for example, right now I've made, again, coming back to the chapati argument, I've made chapati so many times that I know when I've messed up even before I proceed, right? And I can course correct. I know how it's going to turn out based on repeated effort. It's just one constant. And again, it just helps build that routine. So those are the five reasons why I think for the most part men should be in the kitchen. I'm not making the argument that they should be in the kitchen more than, ladies or something, but for the most part, this is my appeal to you who's not in the kitchen right now. Go on YouTube, learn something, just replicate it, and see if you can like it, see if you can enjoy it. So yeah, that's it. That's it. We're in darkness because again the lights went out. Man, you can't fail to love the things that go go wrong when you're doing this content creation thing. But yeah, that's it for today's video.